Welcome to Whips in the Dungeon 301.7 Advanced Footwork. I'm going to say that this advanced footwork I'm going to show you today could be used with either horizontal style throwing or overhand style throwing. When you're watching me demonstrate it, I'm mainly going to be applying it to overhand style throwing in the forward figure eight. We did a video talking about relating what you know to the type of footwork that you're using, and that's exactly what we're doing here today. I'm going to break down the footwork that you've seen me do, especially in my dance music videos, to ballroom dancing. I like to ballroom dance, so we're going to relate my footwork, or the footwork that you've seen, to the five footwork positions commonly found in ballroom and ballet dancing. So I'm standing here talking to you with both feet parallel, toes pointing forward, feet under me, and I would call this ballroom dance position 1. This is a great foot position to use when you're doing two-hand work because it gives you the maximum clearance for both of the whips on either side of you. If you watch YouTube videos and watch a lot of sport crackers in Australia, they're going to use this foot position a lot with what they're doing. The next foot position is ballroom dance position 2. In the second position, your foot moves out. They're parallel, your toes are parallel with each other, and they're underneath your shoulders. Your weight is evenly distributed. You see me do this a lot when I'm doing the forward figure eight, throwing both forehand and backhand. I find this foot position allows my forehand and my backhand to be pretty even. Foot position 3, I'm going to relate this to actually another activity, roller skating. If you roller skate and do a T-stop, that's your ballroom foot position 3, where the arch of your foot is locked into the heel of your other foot, and you can actually do this with either foot leading. Okay, if you find your toe circle or your toe mark, foot position 3 locks you into position. It stabilizes you. You'll see me do this a lot when I'm just starting and I'm creeping up, trying to find that toe position. It's a good foot position for over the shoulder. So think about your throwing in foot position 3 and how that might apply for you. Ballroom foot position 4 is simply one foot ahead of the other foot, underneath the shoulders about shoulder width, and either foot can lead. So if your dominant foot's leading, or if your non-dominant foot is leading, you can relate this to other activities as well. When the non-dominant foot's leading, it's more like throwing a baseball or a softball. When the dominant foot's leading, it might be more like throwing darts or fencing. There are a number of other activities where your dominant foot would lead. Fifth position is when you step back and your heel, the foot that you step back with is behind the heel of your other foot. So fifth position can be done with either foot, okay? Then the other ballroom dance position that I'm going to introduce you to is called an open break. In an open break, if you think of your toes being on your toe line, your whip toe line, and you want to give the person you're throwing with a break, just do an open break. Open break is stepping directly back. And then when you're ready to continue, you can step right back on your toe line. Open break, back on the toe line. Open break, back on the toe line. Now a crossover break, if you're dancing, would just simply be crossing over. You can cross over on either side. You're going to find me cross over more on my backhand side than my forehand side. But when you're crossing over, if you visualize that whip circle again, even though you're crossing over, you're actually staying on your whip circle, and because you're staying on your whip circle, your whip is going to be on target. So those are the foot positions I relate to. Remember the concept that small changes on the throwing end result in big changes on, or changes of sensation on the receiving end, and the whole concept between changing your footwork is to provide variation for the sensations that the whip catcher is feeling on the whip catching end. So real quickly, if we see those in action, we're going to start with first position, second position, third position. Third position can be done either way. Fourth position, and then fifth position. Open position is a step straight back. That's going to bring your whip off the target, and when you step back on the toe line, it brings the whip directly back to the target, off the target, back to the target, and then crossover break would be a crossover, and the crossover can be done either way. That's it for footwork today, and today's keyword is open break.